Kellogg's Nutrigrain Challenge Cup 4th round. Introduction of the Super League clubs. And Oldham get the holders, St Helens. Here, moved here to Bowerfold. Home of Stalybridge Celtic. That's pretty obviously. There'll be more people here than you would fit in Hurst Cross. The teams, Oldham first. This is John Harbin's first selection as coach. Number 1, Mark Simpson. Number 2, Will Cowell. Number 3, John Bradish. 4, John Goddard. 5, Joe McNicholas. 6, Neil Roden. 7, David Gibbons. 8, Jason Clegg. 9, John Huff. 10, Paul Norton. 11, Lee Doran. 12, Brian Anari. And 13, Phil Farrell. Subs. I presume we're about to have a minute's silence for Princess Margaret. Not surprisingly, immaculately observed the Oldham bench, Keith Brennan, Andy Proctor, Gareth Barber and Danny Guest. The St Helens team full of internationals. Paul Wellens playing in 1, Anthony Stewart in 19, Sean Hoppy in 2, Martin Gleeson 3, Darren Albert 4, Tommy Martin at standoff in 20, Sean Long at 7, Darren Britt at 8, Kieran Cunningham at 9, Peter Shields playing at 10 with 12 on his back, Chris Joint 11, John Stankovic also in the second row with 14 on, Paul Sculthorpe at 13, subs Dwayne West 18, Mick Hyam 17, Mark Edmondson 21 and Tim Yonkers 15. Referee Mr Steve Nicholson. With me I've got Steve Manning. How do you see this game going, Steve?
And St Helens have got the ball, defending the crowd in the first round against Oldham. And Chris Joint making a few more yards. Cunningham. That's it out there on the last tackle now, just short of the halfway line. And Cunningham gives it to Sculthorpe. Goes himself. Long pass out wide. Gleeson's well held. He's looking like a knock-on. Went for the power play early doors there, Fred.
I think all of the Oldham team are expecting Scully to kick. Hand over on with a knock-on on last. Oldham winning in the last round, of course, against West Hull. Now I suppose you can say roles reverse. Brian Anari, ex of St Helens. St Helens, as you'd expect, up very, very quickly. Neil Roden. Waits attacked in half. Lee Doran. Snuffed out, but that's 5. Oldham still 10 metres in their own half. Roden. Stewart, about 10 metres off his own line. Looks to open out to Wellens. Wellens well tackled by Simpson. And Goddard. Super atmosphere here. As Tommy Martin said yesterday, and St Helens spilled the ball. And Jason Clegg comes up with it. Paul Norton carries the ball towards the 20. Huff waits. Phil Farrell with 13 on his back today. Huff injured out during the week. Roden Bradish out to John Goddard, still in the 20. Brian Anari. Quickly on, Huff from acting half. Back to Clegg, who does well to take it under pressure. Huff again kicks. What look quite short in goal areas. Oldham complete. But then St Helens away with the tap 20. Having watched television yesterday, I can't decide whether you can take them when you want to. You have to wait for a ref or not. Britt. Shields. The size differences, height at least, is immediately noticeable. Chris Joint into Lee Doran and David Gibbons. Anthony Gibbons sat in the stand to our right. Saints open it up. Sculthorpe. Good tackle on Wellens. This time Saints do kick. Will Cowell getting a start. Had very little game time in the last few weeks. Martin with the tackle. Simpson. Joe McNicholas from acting halfback into Shields and Joint. Gets the ball out in the tackle. Dave Gibbons down the middle. Taken by Stankovic. Phil Farrell into Joint. Martin. And Cunningham. Roden. Kicks. Albert had dropped for it. 2 in a row. Oldham have kicked. Sean Gartland comes out of the dugout with a message of Saints quickly on with it. You should presume that eventually fitness must be on Saints' side. Shields attempts to go back through acting halfback. Still going right. Change of direction by Long. Flat pass to Hoffey. Hoffey well tackled by David Gibbons. Long. Sculthorpe next man out. Long again from acting halfback. That's hit an Oldham leg. He's not going to wipe that. In fact, he's given a penalty to Oldham. Obstruction. Tackling somebody who had nowhere near the ball, presumably. John Bradish quickly on. Finds a super touch. Hope with the tap. Lee Doran into awaiting a big reception committee. Hope. Bradish drops Norton off. Gets into the 20. Change of direction again. Knock on given. So it'll be a scrum down. Pitch in remarkable condition, considering all the rain we've had. Saints starting in their own 20. Martin. David Gibbons. Gets to Hoppy quickly. Stewart. Phil Farrell last off him. Joint from acting halfback. Taken 2 or 3 times. Right, Paul Norton. Long. Fails to find touch. Will Cowell couldn't really believe his luck then. David Gibbons. Tied up by Hoppy and Joint. Phil Farrell. And to yet another strong reception committee. Long pass from Huff. Radish. Wing Joe McNicholas inside. Got the ball backwards. Touch judge quite happy. Clegg. And Clegg comes out on top in that one. Well, it looks to me like we're on last tackle and everybody down this side talked about going to the air. Roden. He's going to call that a knock-on rather than knocked out. What do you make of that, Steve?
Well, there's a chance there. I thought personally that as the Oldham player, one of the Oldham players went for the ball, he was tackled without it, and then it all got spilled down, but a let-off for St Helens there. Oldham has started off a lot stronger at the moment, and they're completing the sets of 6. And the crucial penalty that we had a short time ago when Long didn't find touch. Anyway, Saints have got the ball. Good ball, they take it very well there, there's Long. Gives it to Britt, the new signing from Canterbury Bulldogs. Sculthorpe acting half-back. Goes himself, makes a few metres. Still going over the halfway line now. He's wrapped up, looks to offload and gets it out to Kieran Cunningham. Just long ball out there. The Saints have lost the ball there. Tried to be expansive in these conditions, but it didn't work out, and referee Nicholson is given a penalty to Oldham. And they've got a chance to get another spiraling kick from Bradish like they did on the last penalty, Fred.
Yeah, if you can get that sort of distance again. Well, this time more safe. Been playing 10 minutes. No score. Oldham look more likely so far. Clegg. Again.
Come on over! Once again!
Farrell. Simpson arrives. The 3-man reception committee for him. It'll like watching Doncaster get off for slowness for doing that. Roden drops Lee Doran off. He's taken by Britt. And by Cunningham. Roden. The fast feet in action. Referee Nicholson.
Come on over!
Referee Nicholson reckons that went forward. So Saints starting just outside the 20. Go short side. Well, I think you've been conned there, F, but never mind.
Come on, we're holding it!
Sculthorpe to the river. Sculthorpe with the tap. Shields. Taken by Clegg. And Huff. Cunningham from action half. Sculthorpe. Just dragged down. Darren Britt. To within about 2 or 3 metres. In front of the St Helens fans. Long pass to Hoppy. That's it. Scrum down, Oldham and ball. I can't actually see the rain out there, but knowing my eyes, that's not surprising. We're looking at the umbrellas still up around the ground. And it must be. Neil Roden feeds the scrum. Dave Gibbons, 7 on his back, stands at standoff from the scrum. taken by Gleeson. Oldham to the 20. Brian and Ari. Huff waits. Paul Norton brings it up as strongly as ever. Short side again. St Helens coming off their own line to Helens. The tackle from Roden and Gibbons just outside the 20. Clegg on Stewart. Saints still putting the ball about in their own half. He's White, batters referee Nicholson. Cunningham throws out a loose pass. Martin drops off the off. There's a big gap down the middle. Joint. Big pass inside to Joint, and Welland unnecessarily puts the arm in the air before he scores. Been playing 14 minutes, and St Helens go into a 4, surely soon 6-0 lead.
Slight of hand by Tommy Martin from that one. He flicked it inside to Sean Hopper. You saw the gap went through the middle, and then St Helens did what St Helens do well. Quick hands, eventually overhead pass to Welland. The gap was cleared under the sticks to make it 4-0 for St Helens. Sean Long then, front of the sticks to attempt the conversion. Give Saints a 6-0 lead. The weather, the rain, fine rain, blowing towards him, but he puts that one over, no problem, and it's 6-0 to St Helens. They've had a shaky opening at quarter of an hour, but Tommy Martin came across, Luke covered, slight of hand, pass to Sean Hopper. You saw the gap, went through it, set the move up, wet left. Chris John was prominent in it, but the ball was flicked inside to Paul Helens, who scored the try. It's Oldham to restart. Bradish. High kick, spiralling kick. And it's straight out to make matters worse. A good effort by Bradish, but not allowed for the wind. St Helens get the ball back at the halfway line for the penalty. They're able to just take the time now, steady himself, 6-0 up. Waiting for the ball to come back, Sean Long. Making his first serious game back since the injury against Huddersfield last year. Kieran Cunningham taps, Darren Britt. Darren Britt hits and spins, makes 8 metres. Cunningham goes on the short side here to Chris Joint, takes it opposite, makes a metres. He's met by 3 Oldham players. Cunningham gives it to Shields. Long ball out. It's well taken by Gleeson. Cunningham, Sculthorpe, angled run here, still going, still driving forward, and just wrapped up. About 5 short. Shields looks for a gap, takes the ball himself, well held, just metres out now. Cunningham from Acton Adams going to scooting himself, he could be over here. The Curtis lines and he's given the try. Cunningham goes in from Acton half back. Great try there for St Helens, making it 10-0. So 2 tries in 3 minutes have done the damage, Fred.
They have indeed. Kieran Cunningham, so dangerous in that sort of position. I used to worry when I used to take town teams that we couldn't stop him. And when the year after discovered professionals couldn't stop him from there either, so I stopped worrying. But St Helens come. Oldham certainly had more of the play in the first 14 minutes, but St Helens now scored 2 very quick tries. Danny Guest waiting to come on for Oldham. treatment. Well, that's missed, so it's 10 points to 0. Oldham, Guest on, Clegg off. Jason Clegg certainly giving something to think about in his first spell. Gives way to be even bigger Danny Guest. That was Bradish. St Helens. You get the fear that with this 10 points lead, they might begin to be prepared to try a lot of things forward. That was, but never mind. You can't have everything going for you. Trying to put Hoppy down the middle again. Gets outside Danny Guest. That was getting close to obstruction. Simpson slows him down. Long pass from Cunningham. Britt. Long finds touch. It'll be a scrum down Oldham and ball, 10 metres out. Oldham and ball. A long way back up his pitch again. Simpson juggles.
Come on, left!
Getting close to Spears. Phil Farrell is forced to wait. And while you wait, St Helens get there. Danny Guest to the 20. Early kick. Oldham, we reckon, got what wind there is. Wellens. Well tackled. Brett. Out of the 20. Oldham compressed. St Helens standing wide. Oldham got a slide. If it happens, Cunningham from acting half again. Finds Wellens. Wellens. Taken by Lee Doran. Suddenly Sculthorpe injects some pace. Ball to ground, scrum down Oldham Head and ball, for whatever reason you like. Simpson, that looked to get a little lost. David Gibbons. Phil Farrell. Links to David Gibbons. Who takes it up another 5 metres or so. Down the short side. Lee Doran. He said that went forward off Doran. I'm not convinced that where I am and how much in line we are. I'm dead under the camera today. Martin at scrum half. Long. Gleeson. Albert avoids a couple. Goes backwards. Oldham finally snuff it out. About 5 metres in front. Danny Guest arrives. Well, Saints are thinking about it. Sculthorpe. Britt. That'll be a scrum down. Oldham head and ball. Interesting where the Oldham backs are standing. Roden feeds. Brian and Ari. They should know everything about Brian and Ari Saints. Paul Norton slides nearly as far as he'd run. They were nearly onside then. Hope tries to break him up round play the ball. But Cunningham and Britt. Roden to Doran. Doran to a 20. That's 5 again. Roden. Phil Farrell. Stewart taps it back and ends up with it. Saints trying to get away. Oldham not for letting them. Sculthorpe against, well, I suppose you could call Oldham Sculthorpe's hometown club, even if he wasn't. I don't think Paul was born in Oldham. Down the right hand touch, side again. Looking to overload the short side, but Oldham had got more there still. Shields up strongly. That's 5 again. This could be dodgy in this sort of way. Simpson waits. Takes with consummate ease. Finally, stop. For too long by Britt. Bradish to touch, down inside the 20. The Oldham players and crowds chant something. Farrell takes a long time to fall. Referee Nicholson stands over, play the ball. Huff. Roden to Lee Doran. Doran spins. Kieran Cunningham hangs on. Huff goes right. Bounces off one, gives it back to Doran. Five metres out. Huff. Roden. Roden. Just unable to escape. Huff. Bradish, long pass. Joe McNicholas comes back inside and goes back to the outside. And that's a tap 20.
Saints get the ball back, 10-0 up. Spirited attack from Oldham in the last 5 minutes. But Paul Sculthorpe's been prominent for St Helens. The first drive makes good 10 metres. Scrappy play the ball there, and referee give a penalty to Oldham, and Oldham have got the momentum at the moment, Fred.
Just need to turn it into points, that's a major thing. And St Helens making minor silly errors. Andy Proctor comes on. Paul Norton comes off. John Harbin rowing his props. Oldham within 10. Bradish. Neil Roden to Simpson. Under the post, 10 metres out. Andy Proctor. Andy Proctor now, of course, fitness coordinator or some similar title. Huff. Huff must have whitewash on his forehead. Roden. Gruber kicks through. Wellens makes no chance of picking up, puts it dead. So Oldham will get the ball back. Mark Knight comes back out the stand for a discussion. I don't know if he's sat with John Harbin and delivering messages or what. Into the Oldham half. McNicholas.
Very, very
Stankovic removes to a tackle. Brian Anari. Into Shields. Danny Guest. Bradish. Andy Proctor. Andy Proctor on the crash bang wallop ball. Bill Farrell. That's 5. It'll be a tap 20 again. Well, I don't referee Mr. Cummins would have let him get say that yesterday like that. Somebody could work out what's happening. Quickly on. Sculthorpe out. Gleeson to Arthway. Long. Shields into a 3-man tackle. Finally plays it. Long keeps his hand up it. Martin. Hoppy. Hoppy. Finished off by Roden after being up-tipped. I think Martin in front of everybody else with his thinking then and confusing them. So it'll be Oldham head and ball. Edmondson waiting to come on for St Helens. Roden to feed the scrum. David Gibbons. Brian Anari.
Is that all right?
Into a lot of blue.
Oh, stay on, yeah. I'll never get you back.
Andy Proctor.
I'll be listening. Here's up. Is that all right?
Roden kicks early in the tackle count. Turns Stewart. And Stewart just wouldn't slide into touch for Oldham then. Because I'm sure what they're hoping for. Quickly on. Wellens. To Albert. Ball down. Oldham so unlucky not to get him then. Roden. Sorry. Danny Guest. Batters to within a couple of metres. Both weights. Roden again. Drops Farrell off. Well, they're waiting for Phil. St Helens going to make 2 substitutions. I think bring Yonkers and Edmondson on. Up. Well, it takes a long time to shout held. Finally decides that's 5.
Come on, Red!
Roden. Picked up by Chris Joint. Who in turn is quickly tackled. We've been playing 32 minutes. That looked flat, if not forward. Oldham. Tremendous effort. Saints scored the only 2 tries of the game so far. Referee Steve Nicholson as he's Oldham back as Hoppy goes to matching half. Saints subs come on. Off comes Britt. And Shields. And both look decidedly tired. Will Cowell picks up and meets a lot of other people. Simpson attacking half. Tipped by Martin. I'm surprised he let him get away with that one. Tommy Martin trying his leg and arm and missing with both, I think, then. Andy Proctor got to take it in. Still 10 metres in the Oldham half. Hope waits. Bradish. John Goddard. And Saints will get the ball in the Oldham half for once.
St Helens are going to get the ball back. Enterprising play by Oldham. But at this scrum, it'll be set to 6 for St Helens inside the Oldham half. 10-0 up. 2 tries in 3 minutes on the 14th and 17th minute. Ball's going in. Long flicks it out to Martin. Martin tries offloading. And Wellens just about picks up the spoils early in the tackle count there. Joy makes our drive. Cunningham gives it to penalty to St Helens there. And, doing the play of the ball and quick tap. Sculthorpe gets it out. Brilliant chance there. Yonkers is in! Yonkers is in for the 3rd try for St Helens. Could say that was against Unner play, but he picked up the ball. Loose ball went over. He's only not been on 5 minutes, Yonkers, and that makes it 14-0 for St Helens. Oldham had a lot of the play, but indiscipline cost him there dearly for the penalty. Possibly a controversial penalty, but Nicholson saw it as it was St Helens' way. And that's just what Oldham didn't want. So put in some good work. They've got the wind in the first half. Long just waiting to take this kick. But you've got to say that Oldham have given it a good fist so far. Well, they've been down at the right end, but they've just not been able to capitalise on their half chances. That's what they're going to have to take against St Helens. They want to hold on to this Challenge Cup. Playing this game here at Stillwell Celtic. Still driving rain. Long looking at his kick. Takes it. Flags go up. That makes it 16-0. Now this will be the start Coach Millwood had wanted. Always a possible banana skin against Northern Folk Premiership sides, albeit that Lee are the only side that have eliminated a Super League side to date, and that was Lee Centurions. Bradish with a kick. Taken by Albert. Sit inside. Stankovic takes a tackle. He's a bit nimble after that one. Darren Albert goes from acting half-back. And if he gets a whiff of it. Sculthorpe. It's about 8 metres, about 10 from the halfway line. Cunningham goes, scoots, set out to Edmondson. Just inside the Oldham half. Cunningham to Stankovic. Stankovic half a break and he's still not wrapped up. Referee's waving play on. He offloads to Jones. 20 metres out, Jones has got the gap there, tries flicking it out, but it's picked up by Brian and Harry of ex-St Helens. Oldham have got the ball. Good scoot here. Get it back, ref! Third tackle. Too short. 8 metres short from the halfway line there, and Edmondson puts the tackle in. Ball was right. Well met by Yonkers and Edmondson. A chance here now, there's a gap here, there's a chance for an Oldham. Can he find his ball? Bradish was supported, couldn't get it down. So last tackle, Oldham, what are they going to do with this one? Bradish, that's a high one. Good chase, I need a good chase now. Well taken. Well taken by Darren Albert, though he restarts on the 20 metre. Stankovic gives it to Cunningham. Cunningham flicks it out to St Helens. Cunningham Just that quick pass out. And that's a few metres. Cunningham, good work, Sculthorpe. Long grubby downfield there, but Oldham managed to come away with the ball, and they need something before half time, I think, Fred.
Yeah, very, very soon afterwards, and certainly nothing more against. Mark Simpson with the ball, tackled by Jointon Martin. Farrell, my watch a minute to half time. Not sat with the timekeepers today, so will be more than that. Danny Guest takes 3 to stop him. Lee Doran. Danny Guest not hurt, just putting his boot on. That's 5th. Out between his legs and hacked on by Dave Gibbons. And Dave Gibbons, and the crowd behind saying, what did you kick it for? Chaos ensued, and Dave Gibbons picked up the loose ball to race in from about 15 metres just before the hooter. I'm wrong as usual, it's Mark Simpson. That makes his 4th game try of the Cups campaign. John Bradish kicked 5 goals in the Cup against West Hull. I have good try, again he try. And the point. And that's half time. Oldham down 16-6. For the heart of the try right on half time.
Standing ovation in the stand. They've got to try the right time, make it 16-6. It's no more than Oldham deserve on a reflection of the first half, but Saints have had a few chances, but with the chances they've put 3 tries on the scoreboard. But it just sets...
Second half with Oldham 16-6 down, but having had the fillip of scoring right on half time. Most of the St Helens team changed shirts. Super bit of goalkeeping by John Huff. Looks to me like Oldham have, unless somebody's found a dirty shirt to wear, they've come out with the same 13 who went off. And I would think Oldham will want to continue where they left off. Struggling at the moment to get out of their 20. Bill Farrell makes a good 10. Kick coming in. John Bradish forced to scamper right. Wellens plays football 10 metres in his own half. Oldham wait, and Wellens goes down. Long. It's not long, your eyes have really gone. Anthony Stewart. Sculthorpe. That's an attempt to play obstruction by Long, it didn't work. St Helens. That looks more like Long. That look forward. Referee Nicholson agrees with me. Which is always nice. Oldham feed the scrum. And Ari into a two-man tackle from Yonkers and Long. Andy Proctor, who thought his days of playing was finished a few weeks ago, or at the end of the season. Lee Doran. St Helens end up with it. Stewart finally down before he can get the ball away. Oh, in the Oldham 20. Chris Joint. Danny Guest. Long dances. Gives out a pass which was more to Oldham's favour than St Helens. Let's all keep our hands off that one. We must have crawled 5 metres there. Ball's gone forward in the tackle. So he'll give a tap 20. No, he won't. He'll give a scrum 10 metres. Or give up. Not quite sure he's saying Oldham must have knocked it down, I think, there. Saints get another 6. Wellens. Yonkers come a long way to get that ball. Oldham just failed to get him to touch. We're going to poor pass back in half-back. Sean Long. Oh, suddenly we're shouting elders. People are going back. That's different. St Helens. Cunningham. And Cunningham from 10 yards does his party piece.
That's why Kieran Cunningham is probably the best hooker in the world. 5th tackle, played the ball, scooted himself from just short of 10 metres. Scored his 2nd try of the game. Slight controversy as to why Saints may have got the scrum, but they did get the scrum, and Cunningham went in for a cracking try, which makes it 20 points to 6 with a kick to come from Long, which is relatively in front of the sticks. And this is a start that Oldham didn't want. Long setting it up. Taking his time now, composing himself. Over it goes, and that makes it 22-6. And the rain's coming down hard, and now it's fine rain. This isn't going to help Oldham. It's blowing in, they're going into the faces. What wind we have got is possibly in Saints' favour, and it looks as if it's getting up a bit. Need to get to the Saints' end. They've not been in there as an attacking force at this moment in time, the second half, but it's a long ball down, taken by Yonkers. And gets set to Stankovic. Shot to the 20-metre line. Albert.
That's the way.
Another few metres, edging forward. Cunningham goes himself opposite. Gives Edmondson flicks it out to Joint. Joint's driving forward, just 5 short to the halfway line. It's on the short side. Cunningham gets it out. Well met by Oldham defence. Long gets it out to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe takes it, goes to Nangle. He's well met by Oldham defence. It's last tackle now. Long chips it over, chips it deep, and it's picked up by Oldham. It's a spin to come away with the ball. Need to get up to this other end, Fred.
Too busy watching the game and listening to St Helens moaning at each other. Oldham in the 20. Oldham finally get the penalty for offside, which the crowd have been asking for quite some time. And then John Braddock couldn't find touch. Down Albert. Oldham got to tackle some more then. After had the benefit of a penalty. Got a lot of men over out there. Wants to go himself. Down the short side again goes Joint. Helens to Hoppy. Cunningham. That's gone forward. Referee waits advantage, he doesn't come. So that'll be an Oldham scrum. Pressure from the tackling. Jason Clegg warming back up for Oldham. Notice we haven't got a bicycle here yet for keeping warm when you're off the pitch. I'm sure we've left it Hurst Cross by mistake. Saints finally get so many a pack in 6. Phil Farrell presumably picks up. Saints still coming up very, very quickly. Danny Guest. Only making a couple before he's put down by Sculthorpe and others. Andy Proctor. Into Gleeson down the short side. John Goddard. Well, I can't believe that was meant. Good chase from Oldham. Saints come from action half back. Oldham finally effect the tackle. Davy Gibbons change. Putting Edmondson through the middle. Yonkers out the back door to Sculthorpe. Long. And he disappears under a lot of Oldham shirts. Good play from St Helens. Edmondson. Martin. Hoppy. Saints just hoping some gap will appear. And finally they knock on. Saints look quite confused with that. Neil Roden feeds the scrum. Mark Simpson. Must be like running into a brick wall. Running into Joint and anybody else really. Down the short side again. Phil Farrell. Rain. Lee Doran. Drop off from Hope. Ryan and Ari into Sculthorpe and a few others. 5 metres to halfway. And that's fifth tackle. Neil Roden. Albert gets away from the first. Loses the ball. That's a 0 tackle. Oldham first time this half have the ball in St Helens territory. David Gibbons. Hope. Attracts a lot. Roden attacks in half back. Comes left. John Goddard drops Joe McNicholas off. Who does well to get it to Goddard. Well, I think dropped it backwards and then rolled it off the St Helens player, but I bet we don't get the... Oh yeah, I bet we don't get the scrum. I was right. So St Helens. Darren Albert coming off for St Helens. physio took one look and started signalling for a sub as they go the other way to Saints. 12 minutes gone this half. St Helens so dangerous when they start putting the ball about. Dwayne West coming on for St Helens. Down Albert comes off holding his right elbow, forearm. The Saints have come a long way in 4 tackles. Long. And amazingly, Long forced his way over under the post. 13 minutes this half gone. St Helens scored the second try of the half.
So Sean Long, he goes in for his first try this season, his first try since his serious injury when he was taken off the ball against Huddersfield Giants. It's his second start. He played in the friendly a week last Monday against Widnes Vikings. But this is one that matters. It's the Challenge Cup, the Kellogg's Nutrigrain Challenge Cup this year. 12-month sponsorship to date. Whether it'll carry on, we'll have to wait and see. But Long took that ball on the 5th tackle, sleight of hand, drove his way over, and he's managed to put himself in a position where he's got a kick in front of sticks here. This goes over, it'll be 28-6. The alarm bells could start ringing there. Wow! Just when you thought it was easy to put the ball over, a brilliant kick hits the crossbar. There's a cracking bit of mud on the crossbar, and the score is 26-6. It looked easier to miss than to put over. The substitutions for Oldham. John Bradish is coming off. John Guest. Fred will update you with the replacements once Oldham got possession of the ball again, but 14 for Oldham kicks off, and he goes straight to Kieran Cunningham, who makes a drive, makes a good 20 metres. Rain driving down this fine rain. Good run there by Stankovic, makes a few more metres, short of the 30. Cunningham gives it to Schoolthorpe, had a great game. Makes half a break and goes to the halfway line. Takes a tackle, wrapped up by 3. Making easy metres at the moment. Cunningham from Attenharp, Long from Attenharp, back to Edmondson, run around, gives that to Long. Long coming along the line, off it a couple of times there, and good possible obstruction there, but referee's then play on. Goes right ball to Stankovic, Stankovic offers it, takes a tackle. Cunningham to Attenharp back. Goes right, Schoolthorpe. Schoolthorpe has a great ball to Yonkers. Yonkers is wrapped up, last tackle for Saints. Schoolthorpe goes on the short side. Wellers tries passing it out to Gleeson. Gleeson can't take it, and it's picked up by Oldham. Over to you, Fred, for the subs as well.
Cheers, Keith Brennan. Makes his introduction. I think for John Bradish, but I'm not sure. And Jason Clegg comes back for Danny Guest. Joe McNicholas dances away from Attenharp. But only goes across her face. Roden, Clegg. Into 2 or 3 of them. Comes left, Brennan. To Anari, Hoppy. And a few others. Phil Farrell. Referee Nicholson not been in a hurry to shout hell this afternoon. Huff gets in on 5th tackle. Touch. About 15 metres inside the St Helens half, but it'll be their head and ball. Rain's still falling, I think. Certainly looks to be if you look at the puddles on this side of the pitch. St Helens, Long, Wellens,
Get on it!
Gleeson. Simpson stands his ground with the help of Brennan, makes sure he goes down. Sculthorpe at first man. Referee's white that. Martin. That ends up in Oldham hands somehow, not quite sure how. And Tommy Martins have the ball, anything's possible. Gilman Nicholas. Ball goes forward. Saints will get it back around about the 20. If he ever pikes, Scully picks it up and ragged by Brian Anari. Yonkers tries to put Cunningham down the middle. Sculthorpe over the top. St Helens beginning to weave spells, keeping the ball alive. Oldham, Sculthorpe. That's twice they've gone down the short side at least, and twice they've made a mess of it. And they're over the short side. As yet, thank goodness, Oldham been equal to that side of it. Keith Brennan to feed the scrum. Ball sticks. Saints come offside, but we don't give them offsides nowadays, do we? Neil Roden. Oldham striving to get out of the 20 still. Say one thing for these Saints shirts, at least my numbers stay clean. Can we all have them? Can we make them compulsory? Roden. That's 5. Well, Johnny Up, I thought that was his genuine ups. That's only a part ups as it finds touch. I think Keith Brennan was expecting the ball outside him. It wasn't to come. Oldham lining up with Brennan at scrum half. Roden at standoff. Saints. Again down the short side. Anthony Stewart goes in. Bang on halfway through his second stanza to put St Helens into a 30 points to 6 lead.
Great try there by Tony Stewart, and there's a kick to come now, and if that goes over, well, he just missed it, but a great effort there by Long. But a great try there, quick hands by St Helens from the base of the scrum, and they went in for a cracking try. Makes the score 30 points to 6. Most of the play in the second half today has been played in the Oldham half, which would have been Coach Millward's game plan in the second half, having got in 16-6 up at the break. Tommy Martin's come off, and it's Hyam that's come on. Number 17, Hyam's come on for St Helens. Mickey Hyam, ex-Lee Centurions, eventually got to the club after a bit of a dispute with Halifax Blue Sox, and straight away is involved in it, in the play of the ball. Back in half back. Ball out to Edmondson. Emerson makes a few metres, he's met by 3 Oldham defenders. He's got the cleanest jumper as Mickey Hyam. He takes a tackle home along before it's dirty. Cunningham goes for that to half back, flicks it backwards for Yonkers. Yonkers, a beautiful pass by Yonkers on the last tackle now. Hyam to Long, tries a chip over. Is he going to get it? Ball's on the floor. It became a game of football here. Referee, with play on, I would have thought that the last person there would have been the Saints player, but not to be anyways. Wellens with the ball. Referee's blown. Penalty against St Helens. St Helens. It's a penalty to Oldham. I don't know what that one was for Fred, but at least you've got the ball back and you're in their half.
Yeah, he signals on to the best. Just in the half, looking where the tap was taken from. Clegg pushes himself 10 metres forward. I think it was for crossing. Lee Doran showing Roden, Keith Brennan. Goddard attacked in half. Andy Proctor. Brennan. A quick feed, that's 5. Brennan. Oldham still. But St Helens end up with the ball. Oldham being pushed backwards and backwards on last tackle. Certainly a favour to be Oldham crowd of your opinion. We're not getting a fair rub of the green. Referee Nicholson. Mind you, I always remember a certain Ian McCorkadale once saying referees don't like a referee upsets. Not when you need referee an upset. What a fair rub, doesn't hurt. Scrum about 8 metres, 6 metres. Andy Proctor thought he was on his way off then, I think, for Oldham. Sent back. It's like Gareth Barber stripped off below us for Oldham. I can't see him coming on at prop. Roden forced to turn. John Goddard into acting half. Dummies to Brian Anari, who makes a few yards. Keith Brennan. Back to Andy Proctor coming off now. And Gareth Barber coming on. Clegg makes more inroads into the St Helens setup. Yeah. Not sure where Gareth will play. Dave Gibbons backs into the forwards. Sean Long. Jeremy Nicholas. When Nicholas runs him down. Not that I can see a thing now. Super tackle from Joe McNicholas. Saints still very much on the Stankovic for the post. And Oldham end up with it. St Helens about to bring Shields back. Get in. Interesting. Oldham spill it again. Hoppy. Downed well by Goddard. Sculthorpe. Chris Joint out the back. That looked forward, the second part of that. Iron crawls for the line. That was well picked up. Oldham clinging on. Long. Joe McNicholas just gets out. Keith Brennan with the run before. Farrell into a very, very offside St Helens line. Shields on. Chris Joint off. Oldham attempt to give it some air. Gareth Barber. Will Cowell. On last tackle. Big boot. Hoppy. Oldham still chasing well. Knows he has another speed to take Sean Hoppy. Knows it, presumably from the St Helens training ground. I've heard of, are we not waiting for advantage? Brennan. Dave Gibbons. Brennan into acting halfback. Brennan. Clegg. Just short. Brennan leaves it to up. Loose pass. Oldham still walking forward in the tackle. Down the short side. I've lost who's who as usual. Roden. Kick through. That'll be a drop out under the post. Enterprising play from Oldham. Good defence from St Helens. This could go many a mile. He gets it up on the wind. St Helens make a substitution. Simpson waits. Ten metres back into the Saints half. Clegg. Clegg gets the legs pounding. Nearly to the 20. Both waits. Comes open to Roden. Brennan. Brennan well tackled. Roden. Lee Doran. Into a lot of cover. Finally down. Plays it up. Phil Farrell. Out the back door. Roden. Doran, I think. That's fifth. Roden kicks. Two straight. So it'll be a tap 20 to St Helens.
Good defence by St Helens, held him out for 10, and Silcock comes away from the play of the ball. Come on, Oldham! Outstanding for Oldham today has been Clegg. It's been a great team effort, but it's been outstanding when it drives. Well, St Helens have got the ball, they're just short of the halfway line, 2 tackles gone. Hyam goes from acting half-back, he makes another 10. Cunningham at acting half-back as they play it. Going down the short side here, what he does himself. Scored 2 tries so far in this game. Well wrapped up, doesn't make any metres on that occasion. Goes out wide. Long. Gives it to Albert. Peggy Pankham to Brady. Gets it out to Paul Sculthorpe, but knock on, it's going to be a scrum head and feet to Oldham, and the spirited 5 minutes of attack before. Oh, it's 30 points to 6. They're still upbeat. Problem they've got is that this fine rain, they're in their own half, and that's where they've been most of the second half. Waiting for the scrum. Brennan feeds it. Freddie Nicholson wants it retaken. Brennan goes down the short side, not the world's best pass. Well, they picked it up. Last thing they need to do is throwing way out ball here. Driving a few metres, good Saints tackling. Another drive. Clegg goes again. Now standing for Oldham. Farrell. Farrell makes a few more metres. Oh, long ball out here now. Good ball out to an area. Now had a half a chance in that few minutes ago, but couldn't take it. But he's well wrapped up and they're pushing him back to where he started at St Helens. Iron and long. Last tackle. Oh, what a chance to knock on there, and Yonkers picks it up. The referee was looking for the advantage, but it wasn't there. It's going to be a scrum, head and feet to St Helens. No, it's not. It's a penalty. No, it's less handover. That looked like a little knock on by Iron. And sacrilege there on the first tackle, so it's going to be a scrum, head and feet to Oldham, and this last 5-10 minutes making a fist of it, Fred.
Certainly are. Brennan finds a route for the ball. Hyam looked all innocent after dropping that. Oldham. Joe McNicholas ends up on the right wing. Lee Doran. Roden decides I'll hang on to for safety. 10 metres in the St Helens half. Some of the crowd edging towards the doors. I'm not quite sure why. Super tackle on Clegg by Hyam. Roden tries a different part of his kicking game. Brian Anari comes off. So I presume Paul Norton's gone back out there. For these last 5-6 minutes or so, in very few stoppages. Saints, Hyam still gets the ball away in a two-man tackle. Good chase by Gareth Barber to put Long down, but Saints still got men over. And that puts Cunningham in for his hat-trick.
Great inside ball, and I made that Kieran Cunningham's hat-trick, and he's played well. He's been an influence from Scoochie for acting half back. Inside ball to him though, and it just shows how fast that they can hit back. Great play by St Helens. Makes it 34 points to 6 with the kick to come. For Oldham, they put some good spirited attacks together. They've had the slight half chances, but not been able to take them, but a very professional performance by the cup holders, and they'll go into the hat. And I'd imagine they'll be hoping that in the next round the weather's a little bit more pleasant than this. They played in a monsoon friendly at Knowsley Road a week and a half ago when there was over 7,000 there, a great gate for St Helens for a friendly with Widnes Vikings. There'll be probably a crowd of looking at probably about 4,000 here, and it's Sculthorpe going for a goal here at this one. They changed the kicker. Whether that's some reasoning behind that, I don't know, but Sculthorpe to kick, and he puts that between the uprights. Makes it 36 points to 6 to St Helens. Looking at the rain, it's going worse rather than better. But Oldham are going to restart. I think 36-6, it just about reflects the difference between the two sides. Oldham gets some consolation then. It's a spiraling kick, they're going to try and get it ball back. But Sean Long picks it up, it just didn't work for them. And Shields makes a few metres. Hyam, a good scoop from acting half back. He's been lively since he's come on as Hyam. Sculthorpe sees the gap coming through here. Sculthorpe looks for the ball, puts it out wide to Youngster's got men on the right hand side. Gleeson cuts inside. He's going to swing on the right hand side. He flicks it into the block. Typical St Helens play. Up he goes over, great Slight advance by St Helens. Makes it 40 points to 6. Great play though, great quick hands. Backs involved. Lisa managed to get it out. But a great try by Hoppy. Brilliant play by his kick up. Put it out for him. Goes back. But I think all the Saints staff, coaching staff, playing staff will be pleased with this performance. Great way to start the defensive Euro Cup. Long goes for it. And he's out just wide with that one. Makes it 40 points to 6. Specky's nearly get it off. Stan Wall just about keeps his feet. But they've tried all the ideas of Oldham. It just didn't come off that last one. So it's 10 points given away then in the last couple of minutes. Brennan waiting to restart. Deeper kick this time. Trapped by St Helens' Hoppy, who scored that last try. Been involved in the game. Unsung hero for St Helens, and he's made a hard drive there. Good 10 metres. Schoolthorpe Acton half-back gets it out to Peter Shields. It's a few more metres. Ball goes left, Iron gets it out to Britt. I'm not sure either makes of these conditions. I'll be hoping they get better as the rounds go along, as things progress. Long, flicks it inside to Cunningham. Cunningham takes it, offloads brilliantly. Close to Shields. Shields looking for support. Picked up by Oldham though. There goes the whistle. What a great performance by both sides. A great performance by Oldham. And they put up a great performance there, Fred.
Yeah, I think John Harbin will be quite happy. A good workout before going back to NFP. St Helens made to work very hard, particularly first half. We held them to 3 tries to 1. Second half, St Helens scored 5. Final score 40 points to 6. But St Helens still trying to play dry weather rugby and put a fair bit of ball down. And the last try was perhaps the best of the night. Oldham back to the NFP next week, and hopefully Gateshead will be down. But one never knows whether they'll make it or not.
So Saints salute the fans. John Harmon has a chat with his players, but what a great performance by Oldham. From a St Helens point of view, they're in the back for the next round. It's drawn tomorrow evening. And Saints will be hoping for a home tie like most clubs, but at least they're through, and a great performance. The Oldham players going over to the fans saluting them. Great performance by them. And they've nothing to be ashamed of. Perhaps those 2 tries at the end didn't reflect the game as a whole, and it just shows how harsh a game it is. But great performance, been enjoying doing this with Fred, and must do it again sometime. So Steve Manning.